Hello there, my beautiful Leos, and welcome to or back to your channel. This is your weekly love reading for this week of August 23rd to the 30th. Stick around towards the end, Leo. I will be getting each zodiac sign's feelings and actions towards you for the week. Let's see what your overall energy is for love this week, Leo. And you have abundance. This is one of the best cards that you can get from this deck. So there is a extremely strong sense of an abundant universe coming in to your love life around this time. Abundance connected to love just feels like you have an overflowing amount of energy, of love, reassurance, recognition, things along those lines. Like, it's not just one thing, it's not just emotion, it's not just passion, it's not just good communication. It is an overall together good vibe when you get this card. So if you are in a relationship, there definitely could be some really strong energy around some good vibrations this week. Sitting in a very abundant energy, you and your person could also be in the position of manifesting and attracting in more abundance towards the connection in any way, shape, or form. Physically, financially, in terms of whatever you could achieve as a unit. And others of you, if you are single Leos, definitely could be love coming into your world where you can physically connect to them. Some good news, some wish fulfillment with this card coming through. Let's see what you have from the Mystic Moon Oracles, but this is a very good overall energy to your love life here. It really does show that there could be, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm hearing the word extra, but that's not like what I'm trying to say. Where you feel like you have more than enough. Like somebody is doing and being and loving you and helping you and securing you and assisting you in more than what you could have asked for. There is a really strong sense of that when this card comes through. So your Mystic Moon Oracles are Solitude, Pride and Ego, and Big Dreams. Interesting. So there's something about you coming out of a sense of being only towards and with and focused on yourself. Before I get into it, let's clarify. Solitude to conclusion. There it is. Solo journeys end. Where your solitude time, where it's just you, or maybe you've been feeling, sometimes we can feel alone in connections. But there is a conclusion to that cycle. Under Pride and Ego, we have purge. So walls are being broken down. Barriers around the heart are being purged. Egos, pride is being put to the side. And underneath Big Dreams, we have lessons. Wow. Okay, so this may be why I felt the energy of, what's the word I'm looking for? Extra. Because Big Dreams would have to do with your expectations on love. And then you have lessons right below that, signifying an energy of, it's almost like learning that you could even have more than what you expected. And the fact that this is coming through in a love reading is pretty cool to see. I want to clarify lessons before I get your tarot spread out here. On lessons, we have mirroring to return. So there is some type of return of love coming back in where you're not only returning to love, but you're having a completion to a solitude cycle. Now, mirroring coming through, I'm pretty sure there was a really big message on mirroring last week for you in love, where it was kind of like, I'm only going to give what you give. I'm only going to react, or not, I guess not the word react. I'm only going to, give affection at the degree that the affection's being given to me. Like, that's mirroring, where you're not doing too much, you're not doing too little, you're just doing exactly what the other person's doing. So the fact that you have lessons here to return shows that there's an energy of return coming into your world of love, which could be very strongly connected to the fact that either A, maybe you haven't been around this individual, B, you've been feeling like alone in this connection, like waiting for there to be a return of more energy, less mirroring, more actual openness. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. here for you. So if you are one of those people that feel like your dynamic with your person has been in that mirroring aspect, this is the week where things conclude themselves, and that part of the pride and ego gets purged, and the return of literal like abundance, feel good energy, good vibes comes back into the connection. Now, others of you Leos, if you are single, I definitely do feel like you may be returning to love, right? Your solitude cycle is over. Somebody is entering your world, or there is something in your world going on towards love. You know, we'll get more of the details here in the tarot. Some of you, you know, you do have return here. It's just interesting of where the position is. So, you know, some of you, obviously, past people could come out of the woodwork. But I do feel like with this energy, especially if you're single and not interested in the past, it's almost like you saying like, okay, my walls are coming down. My very strong solitude independence is feeling fulfilled. I'm ready to share that and return to love, return to loving another individual and sharing that love that you have fueled inside of yourself. So let's see, your overall energy from the tarot is listen with the High Priestess. Okay, so this is where there could have been a sense of withdrawal, right? Where there was that sense of observing, listening, in that position of not necessarily almost like acting out of ego, and kind of like there's been this like observational energy and spiritual evolution that you've been going through in this period of a cycle. Whether you have actually been physically in solitude or not, whether there is some type of distance involved or not, or there has been some type of need to move out of this mirroring energy, it was some type of spiritual, I mean, you do have the lesson card here, that something with love has been activating. So let's see, on the High Priestess of your overall energy, we have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, something is in your world, physically in your world coming through. So I feel like with the Six of Pentacles here, especially people in relationships who have been trying to move back towards that balance and generosity of love and out of that mirroring potential pride and ego position, this is a really good sign to see underneath the High Priestess, almost like relearning how to establish balance in not only yourself, but in the physical connection. Now, Six of Pentacles could also be a sense of some generous energy coming through. You do have the Abundance card. Let's see what is coming your way. We have the Seven of Cups. Your influence is the King of Wands. So you're looking attractive. You are really looking on a very nice vibration. Have a good sense of self. You know, the King of Wands would be a good energy that attracts in this abundance. Now, male or female, it doesn't matter. But you are definitely coming in magnetic. What's unexpected is the King of Cups. Your advice is the Seven of Pentacles. And your outcome is the Queen of Cups. All right, yeah, so there is that restoration of heart-to-heart energy. Somebody may unexpectedly show you their heart or show you their emotions and show you their feelings this week, which literally concludes that cycle of mirroring where there is that heart-to-heart connection. Your outcome being the Queen of Cups, your unexpected energy being the King of Cups. Now, this could be you as well. Some of you may have been feeling confused emotionally, contemplating emotionally, not certain on an emotional level. You know, that shadow side of Leo energy, when that pride and ego can come in, sometimes it causes a sense of a protection mode and a withdrawal mode where, you know, you do find yourself more in a mirroring aspect. So it does look like that is concluding in your connection. Now, if you are a single Leo, I do feel like there could absolutely be a match here in the heart. Let's clarify this and open up the spread. On the Seven of Cups of what's coming your way, Nine of Wands, there's that barrier. Seven of Pentacles, that took a while to come down. Strength, yep. A lot of control there. Five of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so there is like this, it's almost like, what's the word I'm getting something. But I'm getting it for singles and relationships, and like I'm hearing it like weirdly both at the same time, and I'm trying to choose which one to say first. Singles. It's almost like the solitude cycle, this withdrawal, has been specifically in contemplating your own energy and somewhat of a protection aspect of self. You know, the Five of Cups indicates, well, if I don't put myself up to get my expectations, my big dreams, to be disappointed, then how can anyone disappoint me if I don't even have anything to be disappointed by? Three of Pentacles says, well, okay, hold on. I'm going to give it a physical chance to see if there could be a turnaround, right? In the big deck, the Five of Cups here says change your focus. So the fact that the Three of Pentacles is a clarifying card, it's kind of like this up in the air of, am I ready? Am I, I don't know, centered enough? Am I this? Am I that? Do I want to experience this? Do I not want to experience this? And the Three of Pentacles comes in and gives the indication of wanting to physically experience something. And you have the Six of Pentacles as well in your overall energy. Now, if you are in a connection, there could have been, I don't know what created some type of barrier or some type of motion towards more of pride and less open-hearted energy, but it caused you disappointment, it caused them disappointment, and there was almost like this waiting for seeing if there could be collaboration, seeing if there could be a sense of learning from what occurred, opposed to allowing it to shift the dynamic in a position that doesn't feel that abundant, doesn't feel that overflow. King of Wands, and what is your influence? We have the Knight of Cups, we have the King of Pentacles, we have the Four of Cups, and the Fool. Yeah, so it's almost moving out of a prideful energy of mirroring well, I don't want to give too much, because if I give too much and I don't feel like it's received, then I'm going to be feeling some type of way that it wasn't received, right? Four of Cups, it wasn't given back to me in the way that I gave it. That happens a lot of the time with affection. Sometimes people withhold affection even though they want it from another person because there's a fear out of giving it and not receiving it back on the level that it's needed, wanted, or, you know, everyone's, you know, has a different love language per se. So it almost shows me that there has been this like back and forth energy, especially people in relationships, like a test of affection, then a pullback, a test of affection, then a pullback. But the Fool shows that jumping off energy and says, you know what, this is how I feel. I'm going to say it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to express it. So that could be for singles too, you know, like that back and forth energy. Like a part of me wants to see what's out there, but I don't want to have to deal with potential if it's not something that works. Or what if I'm like this and they're like that? So if you are single and you've been in that position, you may decide to be more in that risk-taking position of like, all right, you know what? Let's just see. King of Cups of what's unexpected. Singles definitely connecting or could connect to somebody. It looks like they're emotionally open in a sense, or they could be like emotionally mature, male or female, doesn't matter. We have the Ten of Swords, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Moon. Yes. So there's some type of energy of, especially singles, at one point in time, yeah, solitude is great, independence is great, but sometimes the heart does long for that, and then we go back and forth. That's that pride and ego that goes back and forth. So I feel like there is a big cycle completion for singles that have really been super withdrawn, stepping into that energy of abundance. And then it's the right time to do it for sure, because soulmate energy is around. Now, others of you in connections, I definitely do feel like there is an emotional energy being restored, especially the fact that this is underneath big dreams, lessons, mirroring, and return. There's that return of feelings and the return of not just keeping the feelings hidden. The Moon, mutual expression. So that Ten of Swords showing that cycle completion as well. And it looks like for either if you're single or if you're in a connection, it looks like there has been this waiting period that was happening anyway. So it's not like you and this person were mirroring each other for like a day or two. And for singles, or I don't know, you know, solitude to conclusion, you know, some people like they are with people that are like deployed, you know, there could be a return of literally this person, like their physical energy. Some of you long distance, whatever the case may be. There could be a couple different possibilities that relate to that solitude conclusion. But the fact that that's there, especially to pride and ego and purge, just like there's this opening up of the heart chakra, returning to love. Seven of Pentacles in your advice. Lovers. Two of Pentacles. The World. And the Four of Wands. Yeah. This is that making that decision, right? The Lovers. I feel the connection. I feel it here. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know how to express. I don't know how to give. I don't know how to receive in this moment. So I'm really just not going to do anything. Allow that cycle of uncertainty or back and forth or whatever's been happening complete. And Four of Wands, your advice, opening up to what could be out there, that could be happy, that could be committed, that could be something that feels good, that feels joyful, that feels stable. And if you're in a connection, it's like allowing you and this person to get back to that. And, you know, there is a Seven of Pentacles there in your advice. There could be something around timing with this individual in general. Queen of Cups as your outcome with the Ace of Swords, the High Priestess, there you have it, the Queen of Swords, and the Emperor. Yep. Ace of Swords to the Queen of Cups of what it's clarifying. There's your High Priestess. That's your overall energy. The Queen of Cups to the Ace of Swords. I'm going to not just look down at my feelings, but I'm going to express them. But it's still so funny to me that your clarifications are the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. Because it's giving an indication of like, yeah, the feelings are being expressed, but there's also still this level of logic to them where it's like depths, but okay. Like it's almost like that pride energy is still somewhat in the position, but then I love how you have the Emperor here because the Emperor doesn't let that occur. They take the evolution of the High Priestess, male or female, doesn't matter. It's still that spiritual evolution. It's that learning the lesson and it's saying how I am received or how I receive from another person has no control over the way that I give. That's the Emperor. So as walls come down, as barriers are removed, as the mirroring energy completes itself in the connection, it definitely does look like it's stepping more into that, well, this is just what I want to do. I'm not going to let the fear of how it'll be received or what I'll get back from it cause me not to make my move or be who I am or whatever the case may, or love how I want to love in whatever way, shape, or form. So I like this energy here. And the fact that you have the High Priestess twice, you have the Two of Cups here, and you have mirroring, and you got mirroring last week, there's definitely this sense of, it's like you were both doing this. Were you both exactly feeling the same way? I don't know for sure, but it's moving back into that higher level energy for people who are connected, especially with this abundance overall energy, and ending off with the Emperor, the High Priestess here twice, showing indication that both people could have had some type of this evolution lesson energy. And if you are single, there is that period of time where you knew you needed, but it looks like the heart is trying to return or trying to connect to a heart. And the time is right for it, especially with that abundance overall energy. Because, you know, especially if you're single and you have the High Priestess, your intuition may just know before you actually consciously know. So, this is what I have here for you, Leo, for the week in terms of zodiac signs in the spread. That could be around you or in your birth chart. You have strong Pisces and Virgo with the double High Priestess. You also have Aries, Gemini. Yep. And Leo. So let's look into each zodiac sign's feelings and actions towards you for the week here. Leo, starting off with Aries. Take what resonates with this portion as well. Leave the rest behind. We have I Regret Lying to You and the Seven of Pentacles. So potential waiting period between you and an Aries. They may be having regrets towards something that they said or they did that they weren't being fully truthful towards. And the Seven of Pentacles to the Eight of Swords. This waiting period is definitely causing a sense of overthought for you, for them, for both of you. And it looks like the wait could potentially continue throughout this week, or at least somebody's overthinking why there is a waiting period, or when the waiting period or potential physical togetherness, if you are connected to this person, will complete. Taurus, I'm so attracted to you, and the Fool. So Taurus feels extremely attracted and magnetic towards your energy, and the Fool shows that they want to take a risk on this connection. They want to open up, they want a fresh start, or they want to see if this could be something that's good for them in general. The Fool could indicate a new Taurus. Hello. Fool to the Emperor, yeah. So definitely a strong energy of a Taurus connection evolving or coming into your world. We have Gemini, finding out the truth crushed me, and the Star. So Gemini wants to have healing with you no matter what. It's finding out something crushed them in some way, shape, or form, or maybe this happened towards you. But with the King of Swords to the Star, this combination of cards kind of says, like, I can forgive you, but still want to heal in solitude. So some of you may have been doing that towards a Gemini. Some of you, you know, King of Swords could be the Gemini in themselves. Some of you could be moving into a healing aspect with a Gemini who maybe potentially was very distant or very cold for a certain period of time. All right, next up is Cancer. The timing just wasn't right for us and the Lovers. So Cancer feels like you two are very strongly connected, but potentially the timing was off in some way, shape, or form. There could be some type of distance involved. But I feel like with this combination of cards, if that has previously happened between you and Cancer, they may actually feel like the timing is right now and may want to heal and move forward with you and reconnect, if that isn't necessarily the scenario at the moment. But they still feel very connected to you, or they do feel very connected to you. But there is something with timing there that either occurred or is occurring. Leo, you don't know how hard it was to let you go, in the Six of Wands. Okay. So there could have been a big change, transformation to this dynamic, or full-on ending. But I feel like fellow Leo does not want to let this connection go. They still want your attention. They want to reconcile. They want to come back together with you. So if you did have a period of conflict or separation, no matter how long it did last, it was very hard on fellow Leo. And I feel like this combination of cards shows me that they want to stay in your energy despite what type of conflict or what type of issues may have occurred. They feel victorious with you. All right, next up is Virgo, with You Speak to Me Through Music, and the Five of Cups. So there could have been some disappointment involved between you and a Virgo, possibly some type of indecision or not necessarily connecting that well to the heart to make a decision. The Queen of Wands. Interesting. So it looks like despite some type of disappointment that potentially caused a prideful wall to go up, Virgo is still highly attracted to you with the Queen of Wands, and with the Ace of Cups here, it looks like despite what type of letdown occurred, you see that Five of Cups back there. There's those Five of Cups, but the Three of Cups spilling over, but the Two of Cups are still standing up, indicating that there is hope for the connection. So I do feel like the attraction and some type of chemistry or energy of nurture and passion reinstills some type of hope, Ace of Cups, and love between you and a Virgo who may seem to have some type of connection through like music or melody or something like that. Okay, next up is Libra with I Love You and the Seven of Swords. So Libra may have been hiding their feelings for you for whatever period of time. You are actually their full 10 of Cups, but it looks like they may have been like avoiding fully showing that to you for whatever their reason is. Five of Pentacles could have slight abandonment issues with the Page of Wands. So I feel like Libra has way strong love, more love for you than they make it out to seem. But I feel like they have certain things that they are trying to work on or need to work on per se. Because I feel like they have some abandonment issues, which may connect to why they withhold how much they actually love you. But they may show it in Page of Wands, like interesting ways. All right, next up is Scorpio with I Look for You Everywhere and the Page of Swords. So very strong connection of cards here. Scorpio may be in a position or maybe an individual that causes you some type of stress or anxiety, or you have caused them some type, or maybe you both have caused or stressed each other out in a sense. They look for you everywhere, and the Page of Swords is the Watcher card. So I feel like Scorpio is keeping an eye on you in some way, shape, or form because they are stressing out or because of some type of stressful period. Three of Swords, yeah. And the Eight of Pentacles. I don't know what happens between you and Scorpio here, but there's still curiosity for each other, and there's still a position of wanting to like work on things and fix things. I look for you everywhere could be an indication of potentially running into one, or it could just be like, you know, like looking for that, maybe a sign that there's still interest or still love or still effort that's wanting to be put into the connection. Next up is Sagittarius. I hid who I really am from you, and the Four of Pentacles. Sagittarius is a slightly shut down energy with the Judgment card and the Temperance card. I feel like Sagittarius has parts of themselves that they're not fully being honest about. And with this combination of cards, I feel like they're kind of like waiting it out in a sense to see what they can be fully open about with themselves. You know, it could just be some type of insecurities or something they went through or whatever the case may be. But I feel like eventually, once Sagittarius feels a little bit more comfortable, they may actually show you a part of themselves or tell you something that they went through that possibly they withhold, usually in the beginning, or withhold for a while towards people. Next up is Capricorn. I know that I crossed the line with you and the King of Cups. So Capricorn may have done or said something that caused issues in this connection, but the King of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, shows that they still want to move this connection forward. Could be an apology coming in. Could be like, I still have feelings for you, or I still want to work on this, or I still want to be with you type of energy. But definitely a strong position of restarting the connection or some type of apologetic energy. Next up is Aquarius. I feel you even though we are apart, and the Four of Wands could be in a long distance connection with a Aquarius. Two of Wands, maybe on different sides of the world or country or wherever. The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, Aquarius definitely wants this connection for sure. They feel your energy even though there is some type of distance between the two of you. They have offers, they have plans, they want to do things, they want to grow with you, they want to strengthen the bond. And this is a strong combination of cards of them feeling like this connection can go the distance despite any type of maybe physical distance or maybe just distance in general, in whatever way, shape, or form you want to call something distant. And lastly, we have Pisces with We Will Be Together Again. Oh, hello. And the Nine of Pentacles. So some of you are away from a Pisces, and they're indicating that the solitude cycle, right? Nine of Pentacles will be concluded and togetherness will be restored with the Knight of Swords. And it looks like they're hoping that happens pretty quickly. So Pisces wants to connect with you. They want to be closer to you. They want to be in your energy, your presence. And it looks like they are going to take the move, make the action, have the conversations to do so. You two may be doing something, planning something, or feeling really connected to reconnecting or being around each other. So let's make sure everyone's out here for you, Leo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, Leo. Thank you for being here and for watching. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful, amazing week ahead. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you do not lose the channel. And I'll talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Bye now.